How y'all doing out there in video land? This is Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, today I just decided to do a update on my rotation drawer. There's been a lot of changes in it lately. And as you can see, since the last rotation drawer update, a lot of things have changed. Okay, let's just go through them. This one right here, this is one of my favorites. It's been in my drawer for a while. 3.5 inch blade and gauge. Atlas lock and gauge with original goat kit. This is OG1 kit, aluminum kit, and that I polished the spine, and you know how I do. And this is a Saber flat ground blade, clip point blade. Absolutely love it. Excellent knife. 3.5 inch gauge. Highly recommend it. Has skiffs inside. When you get the OG kit, you get the skiffs. Next up, all-time favorite, I don't know, for the last 20 years I've been liking this one. Okay, this is oh yeah, American Lawman. American Lawman, people. It's got another 3.5 inch blade. This one's a Saber flat ground. Originally they had a hollow ground. Absolutely love it. It's got G10 scales. These are the thin G10 scales that don't tear up your pants. This is an excellent knife for work. And it could be a great self-defense folder too. Excellent knife, people. Excellent knife. Highly recommend the American Lawman. Beautiful knife, people. Beautiful knife. This one's got the DLC finish. Next up, oh yeah, the Recon M1. It's the M1 with the snaggletooth on it. This is the Magna Cut M1. Oh, by the way, this is S35VN Magna Cut. This is the Magna Cut. It's got a Saber flat ground blade also. It's got a fairly delicate tip though. I wouldn't do any prying with this tip. It's a beautiful knife. I love the way this handle feels. It's got thick G10 scales, a little bit thicker than the Taiwan model. This model's made in Italy. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Another great one from Cold Steel. Next up, what we got? Oh, one of my all-time favorites. Jeremy too knows that. Absolutely love this one. What is this one? Oh, come on now, y'all know. It's an 8010. 8010, Demco 8010. Absolutely love it. With the Tonto blade. This is a Saber hollow ground Tonto blade with a flat ground tip, 3.5 inch blade. It's got the gun stock, original goat aluminum scales. This is a aluminum backspacer. When you get the S35VN model, this S35VN model, it comes with the aluminum backspacer. The AUS 10A model comes with the light, the 8010 light, comes with a G10 or it might be Grivex backspacer. And it has the metal inserts in it that you screw into. I actually like that because it makes it a little bit, I don't know, the metal inserts, I trust them a little bit more than I, trust screwing into aluminum. So, either way, you get a really nice setup. This one right here, if you want to, though, you can polish this out to make it match the rest of the handles, whereas you can't do that on the Grivex model. All right, people, that's that one. Absolutely love it. Another excellent knife. Another excellent knife. There we go. Absolutely love it. Another one of my favorite triads, one of my all-time favorites, S35VN. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one's almost 4 inches long for blade length. So I guess it's like about 3 3/4 or something like that, getting close to 4 inches, under the 4 inch limit. It's got the American G10 handle scales, got a 6061 aluminum backspacer. That's aluminum backspacer. It's got a 400 series stainless steel lock bar, heat treat lock bar. It's got the Demco wave plate. It's got a flat ground blade with the swedge at top. The blade thickness on this is about 3.8 millimeters thick. And just to let you know, this is 3.8 millimeters thick. This is 3.5 millimeters thick. And this is like, I can't remember. I want to say like 3.5 also. The same thing with this one. I think this is 3.5 also, if I remember right. And this one's like a 3.8. It's almost 4 millimeter. I know that a lot of times in the old advertisement, they used to always advertise as being 4mm, but it's really a little bit under 4mm, more like 3.8 people. It's a solid 3.8. Absolutely love it. This is one of my favorite all-time knives. It's a Tau War, both in this size and the extra large size. Absolutely love the Tau War. Highly recommend it. This is one of my most handy knives. I take this to work probably more than, I don't know, for right-hand pocket carry. Left-hand pocket carry is this one. But right-hand pocket carry, I carry this one a lot. Because, why? Because it's got the nice size blade that's really good for food prep. I like to use it for food prep, people. And it's very slicey. It's a good blade. It's a good blade for, when you have to do cutting chores. I think it'd be a great hunting knife, too. I never used it for hunting, but I think it would be a great hunting knife, too. Outdoorsman's hunting knife. Not necessarily like a wood crafting knife, but for cleaning game and processing game and stuff like that. Next up, what we got? The AD-15. Uh-oh, when we got AD-15. There we go. Absolutely love this one, too. This one's on skiffs. And it's got another original goat kit. This one's got the shark's tooth pattern. Aluminum original goat kit with a saber flat ground blade. This is an AUS 10A model. This is the light model. I made this knife for like $105. When they first came out with these AD-15 kits at Original Goat with the skiffs inside, they were like $60. They were like fairly inexpensive. And I bought the knife on sale at Midway for like $47 or something like that. And then with tax and everything, it came out to like $105, $110, if you include all the charges and everything. So this was a very inexpensive knife to make. And it's beautiful. This is a beautiful knife, people. Beautiful knife. For all you AD-15 lovers, I highly recommend the Original Goat kits. It really boosts up the knife into another level. Absolutely love it. Original Goat. And this blade is another one that's a little bit longer. I think it's like about 3.7, 3.8 inches long, something like that. It's a little bit longer, people. Next up, we got the CPM M4 Swift 2. Or is it Swift 3? Let me see, what does it say on it? Oh yeah, it's a 3. I'm sorry, people. It's the Swift 3. Swift 3. M4 steel, CPM M4 steel. Absolutely love it. G10 handle. This one's assisted and it has dual springs on each side. And the spring on each side is thick. It's not something that's going to break. These springs I don't think would ever break, people. I don't think they would ever break. And with the Atlas lock, oh man, this is my favorite assist knife. As you see, I don't have any other assisted knives in my drawer, but I do own other assisted knives. This is the only one I like to carry. This one is awesome. Absolutely awesome. All you gotta do is just touch it. Just gotta touch it, that's all. Beautiful. Doesn't take any effort. So for people that have like, weak hands or have problems with their hands, I would highly recommend this one. Another thing that's cool about it is that when you release the blade, it won't slam down on your fingers. It just goes back to a half stop. And then from there, you close it. So it's easy to handle with one hand. Highly recommend the Swift 3, people. I think it's an absolutely awesome knife. I have the Swift 2 and I had the original Swifts. The original Swifts I broke and I got a hold of old Cold Steel and they sent me the Swift 2s. And so I got 2 of those in my collection also. But I like this way better than the old Swifts. The locking system on this one is just way better. Next up, Spyderco time. Oh yes, what we got here? The Salt, Magna Cut Salt with DLC. Magna Cut Salt with DLC and a nice G10 handle scales. I really like these G10 handle scales. These, to me, are the best G10 handle scales that they use on the Salt series. I mean, on the Military 2 series, Compression Lock Military 2 series. And they do have, oh yeah, they do have the Manix 2XL. It's going to be coming out in Assault. I got one on pre-order at the Knife Center. You know I have to get one. The Military 2 and the Manix XL are my 2 favorite knives from Spyderco. They will probably always be in my drawer. Oh, and what kind of blade? What kind of blade? I need to talk a little bit more about this blade. This is a 4-inch blade, A true 4-inch blade is a full flat ground blade. Absolutely love it. CPM Magna Cut, DLC coated, full flat ground. Absolutely love it, people. And for those of you that open boxes and things like that all day, this doesn't have a sharpening choil, so you don't have nothing to get snagged up on when you open up boxes and things. But this also has a very thin tip, and I like to use these for culinary. This is a great knife for me for a work knife because I like the thin blade stock when I'm slicing things like, I don't know, like sausages or salami or anything. I like having a thinner blade. I don't like having a super thick blade because it doesn't slice so well. This is an awesome slicing knife. So if you want to use something for food prep or something like that, I highly recommend Military 2. And it could be a great self-defense folder too. It's got the size to be a great self-defense folder. Speaking of self-defense folders, when I think of self-defense folders, I would move on a little bit more to this one because it's got thicker blade stock as opposed to like the Military 2. That's what I'm talking about. So it's a little bit more robust at the tip. And so I would like this one a little bit better for a self-defense folder. I love the grip. The grip is very much like the Cold Steel grip. I mean, not the Cold Steel, but the Demco grip. It's got the same pattern. So the grips are the same. If you like the 80-20 and 80-20.5 grips, you will definitely like this one. I absolutely love this grip. My only drawback on this knife is that it's hard for my left hand to use without the pocket clip being on the other side. If the pocket clip's on the other side, then I can use it. But this one's hard for me to use because there's nothing to hold on to when I'm trying to release the blade. So that doesn't work. So when I release the blade, I hold on to the pocket clip. Hold on to the pocket clip like that. And then I just use these fingers for releasing the blade. And it's hard to do this unless the pocket clip switch over to the other side. Just the way that this knife is made and stuff like that. It just doesn't work for me on the left hand unless I switch the pocket clip. Just to let you all know, absolutely love the Manix 2XL. It's one of my favorite all-time knives. I've been carrying these since 2016. These are excellent knives, people. Excellent knives. It's one of the first Spydercos I ever bought. Might be the first Spyderco I ever bought. I can't remember. I know I didn't really start getting into Spydercos until I got the Manix 2XL, the all blacked out one I have that's all worn out now. But anyway, next up, oh yeah, now we're gonna get into the ram lock, the Microtech ram lock. This is the ball bearing lock on the Manix 2XL, and this is a compression lock. On this one, did I tell you that this is a Atlas lock? This is a Scorpion lock. Triad lock, triad lock, triad lock, triad lock, Atlas lock. This compression lock, love the compression lock. It's like a reverse liner lock, but I don't really care for liner locks, but I like the compression lock. This is the one that I like. And I absolutely love the ball bearing lock. It's a very good lock. This one locks up solid every time. That's how all my ball bearing Manix 2XLs are. They lock up solid every time. Even my worn out one still locks up solid, no side to side, no up and down. It's a beautiful knife. It's a beautiful system. And these always change the ball bearing cage to the titanium ball bearing cage. But I use the stock stainless steel ball bearing with the titanium ball bearing cage. If y'all don't know, titanium and stainless steel work well together. You won't get the, they call it the corrosion and all that kind of stuff from stainless steel and titanium working together. You might if it's titanium and aluminum. Titanium and aluminum, from what I understand from the research I've done, is not a good combination. You shouldn't really be trying to use, like, let's say titanium screws and aluminum backspacer. You might have some corrosion issues or whatever what happens between the two metals. You don't that's not a good setup. But titanium and stainless steel works fine. That's what my research has told me. And that's what my experience has told me. I've never had any kind of corrosion problems or anything like that with titanium, as long as I'm using stainless steel. You know, like screwing titanium screws into something that's stainless steel, or like, you know, like usually when you have like a titanium pivot, they'll use like a barrel that'll be stainless steel, and then the two screws will be titanium, and they'll screw into the stainless steel. But anyway, let's get back to this. This one right here has bladescales.com. Natural J G10 scales. They're very inexpensive too, and they're made in the United States. I absolutely love bladescales.com. I wish I'd expand their product line though. They have a very limited product line, but like if you like the Spyderco Manix 2XL, and they have a few other Spydercos that they have, and they make some awesome scales, and they're very inexpensive. I highly recommend bladescales.com. I think they're located, I want to say Tennessee or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, people. You can go look it up. But the plug came from Esty. I bought the plug on Esty, and it has a titanium ball cage, and the rest has all been polished by me. It's all been custom polished. Love it. Next up, what we got here? Looky. It's ram lock time. Oh yeah. MSI. I love the MSI, people. Microtech. I don't know. I love this MSI. You hit a home run for me with the MSI. I've been carrying the MSIs ever since you introduced them. And I can't remember even how many MSIs I have. I think, let me see, the first one I did was the carbon fiber. That's one. Then I did this titanium one. That's two. And I think I got a couple more. Oh, I got a collector one that's unaltered. It has the fluted G10 scales and the two-tone black and satin blade. So I think I got 4 of them. Oh yeah, and I got the Rips Garage Tech one, the G10 one, the purple one. So that's 4 of them. I have 4 MSIs. And this is my titanium MSI. This is the second one, the second MSI kit that I bought, but this is a new knife. I've had this kit for a while, and it's just now going on this. Went on this knife at the end of last year. I think these came out in December or November or something like that. The 30-year anniversary knives from Microtech. And I bought 2 of them, and the one's got the purple Rips Garage Tech G10 scales on it. Those are awesome. They don't change the weight of your knife. They're made pretty much like the polymer scales where they're weight relieved on the inside. Absolutely love them. It's a Saber flat ground blade with a swedge on it. It's a beautiful knife. This knife is really good for utility work, for cutting tasks and everything else like that. I know, there's been videos of people making them fail and stuff like that. I've never had that issue. I've done spine wax with mine, and none of mine fail. But then, I don't do like a super hard, like I'm trying to, break something type spine wax. I haven't done that. Because I don't try to destroy my knives, people. I use my knives, and if they get damaged or something while I'm using like they're supposed to be used, I repair them. But I'm not into trying to destroy knives. I'm not a destruction person, so gotta go see Joe Axe for that. I'm a collector. I'm a collector, user, and a person that's been carrying knives my entire life. When I was a kid in the 2nd grade in the Cub Scouts, we had to carry our camp knives, pocket knives, every day to school. It was required of us to do that in 2nd grade. When I was in the Cub Scouts. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. That probably tells my age though, because I'm sure they don't let you carry a knife. No, I'm sure they don't let elementary school kids carry knives in school anymore. That was the 60s, people. It was a different time. Absolutely love it. This one's on skiffs also. And I anodize these handles to 19 volts. The back spacer and the scales is what got it anodized. That's the titanium parts on this one. All the other parts are steel. The pocket clips steel. I thought it was titanium, but it's actually steel. Pocket clips are steel. All the other parts are steel, stainless steel. All the hardware and everything, stainless steel. The only thing that's titanium is the back spacer, and on the stock ones, only thing is because this is a stock back spacer that I polished and anodized. And so the only titanium parts on this one are the back spacer and the actual scales. Absolutely love it. Makes this one a little bit heavy though, 7 ounces. 7 ounces with the titanium kit from Original Goat. And this, oh yeah, it's the gun stock. It's a gun stock kit. Top of the line gun stock kit. This one, oh man. I gotta take a break for a second. I gotta catch my breath. Why? Because this is the Grail. This is the Grail. Thank you, Stu D55. Stu D55, eBay seller on eBay. This is where I bought this one from. Originally had black G10 scales. It was a brand new knife. It came with the black G10 scales, the stock pocket clip, and the stock bearings. It had actually a little bit nicer bearings than like the less expensive models or the older models. They used to come with the steel ball bearings and the steel ball bearing cages. This one had it looked like it might be brass, like a brass cage with it looked like they were ceramic bearings. I'm not exactly sure if they were ceramic or not, though. I can't quite remember for sure. But now it has skiffs inside. It has skiffs inside, and I anodized this one to 20 volts and got like a blurple color. It's got the Lynch Northwest pocket clip. I anodized to 20 volts. Backspacer from Original Goat, smooth backspacer, 20 volts. And these are the Shark's Tooth scales. Full thickness. Oh yeah, full thickness. Let me see if I can show you something here. CPM 3V. And the two that I really wanted were either a CPM M3 or a MagnaCut Well Shark. So this is one of the ones I really wanted. I really like the clip blades for the 8020 models. Clip blade is probably my favorite blade for the 8020 models. I like it better than the Shark's Foot. The clip blades for these are really nice because they're really thick and they're super strong and robust. It's a Saber flat ground blade. It's just a very strong and heavy duty blade that looks like it can cut through, handle some really good heavy duty chores. And so I decided to use this kit on this one because this is an extra thick titanium kit from a Original Goat. You can get the thinner scales that show the pins, but the extra thick ones, they don't have exposed pins. And I like the extra thick ones because I like the extra girth in the handle. So the thin ones, just about all the knives that I carry that have sharks, that are Dimco knives that have the shark lock, I always get the extra thick scales. I like the extra thick scales. It's weighs a little bit more. This is an 8.2 ounce knife with this kit. Without the kit, it weighs like 6.2 ounces with the way it originally was set up with the G10 scales and the barrel spacers and the stock pocket clip. Stock form, it only weighed like 6.2 ounces, which is a very nice weight. I imagine if you put like carbon fiber scales on it, it'd bring it down into the 5 ounce range. I bet you'd be like 5.5 ounces. Pretty close to what this one weighs with the G10 scales, a 8020S model. But this is the 8020, full thickness 8020. This is my Grail knife. I've been wanting one of these for years. I know I could have bought one or whatever, but I didn't want to spend $800 for one because I always try to get the drops, and I was always like too late. I always just missed the drops, and it's like, this gets so frustrating. And so, I always end up, pretty much most of my 8020 series, 8020S's and all that came from eBay. The 8020.5s, I bought all of those brand new. But the 8020S models, most of mine came from eBay, and then I refurbished them. And I always bought the ones that were always beat up and used up because I know how to refurbish things. I know how to make things look nice again and, be fully functional. Just as long as there's no major chips or, I can deal with scratches, but I can't deal with like a chipped out blade or something like that, or a broken tip that's, obviously been broken up and it's like you're missing too much of the blade. Those kind of things I stay away from. But, if you got like light scratches on the blade just from heavy use or whatever, I can polish those out. I can wet sand and polish those things out. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Absolutely love this one though, people. This is my Grail. It's been in my pocket all week. It's going to be a user. This is not a collector. All these knives are users. These knives that you see in my drawer, these are the knives I carry to work every day. Carry one of these in my right pocket, one in my left pocket. Carry 2 knives every day. This one right here is just like I was talking about refurbishing. This was a beat up 8020S when I first got it. I got it for, I think it was like $205. because it was super beat up. It was like all covered in paint. It had original orange scales that were like all covered in paint. The blade was scratched up and it was all covered in paint. It was a mess. And so I basically just took off all the old paint, got a new set of scales from John Demko, hooked up with John Demko. This is before they had, were selling scales on the website. You had to actually call John Demko, and they didn't have an answering service yet, so you would actually talk to John Demko. John Demko was the one that always made all the scales. He made all the scales for all the 80-20, the American-made 80-20 models that came out of their shop in the United States, Wampum, PA. And so he made these scales. He made these just for me. I had him make them, and I love them. And the backspacer's a polished aluminum, a backspacer that I got from Original Goat, and it was a raw aluminum one. And I polished it all out. Polished all the parts in this knife. Y'all know how I like to polish things. I refurbed all because all these things, all these parts had paint on them and stuff like that. So I had to get all that stuff off of it, and it was a lot of work to get it off. And just refurbished it. And after that, it became my favorite knife. This has been my favorite knife for years now. It's always been in my rotation drawer ever since I refurbished it. Well, it's about 3 years now straight it's been in my rotation drawer. And I have about 5 80-20Ss. I have a bunch of 80-20Ss. And lots of them are, a lot nice. I have ones with M390 blades. I have ones with the LMAX blades. And the rest of them are, I think I have like 3 D2 ones. This is one of the D2 ones. This is a D2 one. K110 Austrian D2. I absolutely love a K110 Austrian D2 for a pocket knife. I've never had any rusting problems on this knife. This knife right here is getting a little tiny rust spot on it, or stain right here. I don't know if you guys could see that. I know I can polish it out and stuff like that, but I'm not worried about it because this is a knife I use for culinary work all the time, and so I don't really trip on it. But I've done the same thing with this knife too, and this knife is never stained. And it could be because it's been polished. When you polish things, you seal up the pores of the knife. Here, let me wipe it off. Let's see, it's got a lot. You seal off the pores of the knife. Oh yeah, it's dirty. Okay, let you guys see what it really looks like. Okay, that's better. I must have been using it to open up boxes. It's got like glue on it. All right. Absolutely love this knife, people. It's been one of my favorites for a long time. And it's super lightweight, only weighs 5.3 ounces. Now, if I had to pick, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest, people. If I had to pick between these two, if I only can have one, and it's going to be my one pocket knife that I own, I would pick this one over the original 80-20. I'd rather have the 80-20S. Why? Even though I love this one, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love these more. These just make better pocket knives because the blade stock is a lot thinner. This one weighs 8.2 ounces. This one weighs 5.3. It's like a 3-ounce difference. Now, though I can make this one lighter if I wanted to, but I like it being heavy because to me it's a heavy-duty knife. It's the most heavy-duty shark block folder. Well, not anymore though, because now they got the XL. What do you call it? The 80-20 XL, I think they're calling it. And it has a 4-inch blade. So it's not really an XL to me. It's just bigger than one of these because they made it wider and the blade's longer. These are like 3.6, in between 3.6 and 3.7 inches long. Absolutely love these, people. Shark lock folders to me are my favorites. They're my favorites. I love the triads because they're super strong. But you know what? The shark locks are super strong too. And you can fidget with them. I can fidget a little bit with some of these. Some of these models, you know, like this one right here, I can fidget with one of these all day long. I can fidget with it. I can fidget with this one, with the Lawman. I can fidget with it. But the rest of them I can't really fidget with. This one you can't really fidget with. I don't know. Just this one you can't fidget with. So it depends on the knife. The 8010s and American Lawmans, yes, you can fidget with them. And that's after they get really broken in, though, people. My knives are really broken in. I use them all the time, and I fidget with them all the time. And so they're extremely broken in. All my knives that you see will probably be a lot smoother than any knife that you buy of the same model. If you were to go out and buy the same model knife, yours wouldn't be as smooth as the ones like you see me using. All my knives have been lubed and tuned by me, and some of them have been deburred on the inside to make them extra smooth, and some have polished parts on the inside to make them extra smooth, because that's the whole thing I like to do. I like to make my knives smoother. And so that's one thing I do. The other thing I like to do to my personal knives is I like to customize them to my taste, because I'm not the richest man on the planet. And so, you know what I do, because I love custom knives. I always see the blade shows, and I see all those beautiful handmade knives, and with their beautiful polishes and their beautiful finishes, and they look so beautiful, and then they see the price like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. I can't do that. So you know what I do? I make my own. I get the knives I know are some of the best knives that are out there on the market. I don't really mess around with a lot of the, you know, like somebody asked me the other day, how come I don't do a lot of the Chinese knives and stuff like that? Well, to me, they're all the same. They're really not that much different. I mean, they change the way the knife looks all the time, but they're still liner locks and frame locks, or they have access locks. You know, it's not like a big variety or whatever. And to me, you know, I'm not a liner lock person. It's not my favorite lock. And frame locks are better than liner locks, but it's still not my favorite lock. I do have a lot of frame lock knives, and I do have a lot of liner lock knives. I do have a lot of Chinese knives that I used to buy way back in the past, you know, years ago. I still have them in my collection. You know, artisan knives, CJRB, what's the other one? Wee knives and Civivi. I have all those. And beg lighters or Kaiser knives. I have those too. And so, you know, I do have those in my collection, but they're not my favorite knives, people. I'm gonna be honest. I like the way these feel. To me, with a knife, it's more than just having a blade. I like the knife to have a handle and everything else that I like. And I like to be a quality made handle. I don't like cheap handles. Something that looks like, you know, they just slap together in a factory. You know, they're real easy to make in a factory. You know, just slap it together or whatever. That's sort of a turn off to me, and I'm gonna be honest. That's how a lot of the Chinese knives are. They're like very good quality knives. They function perfectly. They have good blade steels now, and all that kind of stuff. And they're very inexpensive, but they just don't have that quality feel that I like. I don't know. I can't explain it. You know, you just have to get some, you know, some Chinese knives that you might be attracted to, and then get some really nice American knives and compare the two. You know, I think you'll see what I'm talking about. These are just, listen to that. It's a beautiful knife. Beautiful knife. I don't know, people. It's all a matter of preference. I like knives from all over the world. But, you know, I got to admit, my favorite knives are usually mostly American knives. And I like a lot of cold steels. The reason why I'm such a big cold steel fan is not because of cold steel. It's because I'm really a Demco fan. And pretty much all the cold steels I like, all these cold steel knives that you see in my box, except for the Atlas lock ones, those are too new. That's after Demco left. But they're all Demco knives. 8015 is a Demco knife. The Tau Wars are Demco knives. The 8010 is a Demco knife. The Recon series are Demcos. Lawmen are Demcos. You know, so I'm really a Demco fan. The 8020 is a Demco knife. 8020S is a Demco knife. 8020.5 is a Demco knife. The Shark Cub's a Demco knife. This one right here is commissioned by the Demcos. It got permission to Fly Titanium to use the Demco Shark Lock. And I absolutely love these. This is a titanium arcade. And this one's totally custom. It's got the totally custom blade. You have to purchase these blades separately. You have to purchase these titanium scales separately. You got to purchase the Mohawk titanium backspacer separately. And you got to purchase the titanium pocket clip separately. And it has the steel hardware that I purchased separately. So this knife is pretty much, the only thing that's stock on this knife is the liners. And the rest of the knife, all the parts were bought to build this knife. And this is one of my favorite arcades. This one right here. And yes, I did anodize it to 19 volts. I mirror polished the titanium, and then I anodized it to 19 volts. And that's how you get that shiny finish from anodizing. Anodizing really pretty much shows whatever kind of finish the knife really originally had, and it adds color to it. So if that knife had a bunch of scratches in it, you go to anodize it, you're gonna still see all those scratches. So you got to remove it. You got to make the knife look like you want it to look with the finish on it. That's my advice on anodizing. Oh, did I get into the specs on this one? This is a Saber flat ground American Tonto blade. It's got like a drop point. It's like a drop point American Tonto. It's got the flat ground tip and I don't know, I'm gonna call it a hollow ground. I feel a little bit of hollow there. So I'm gonna say it's Saber hollow ground with a flat ground tip and drop point blade. And if I remember right, it's 3.2 millimeters thick. 3.2 millimeters thick. With the titanium scales and black steel hardware. The hardware is DLC coated also. The blade is DLC coated. What kind of blade is this? This is a 20 CV blade. 20 CV. Titanium pocket clip from Flytanium. All these parts came from Flytanium. Absolutely love it. It's about 3.25 inches long for the blade. 3.25 inches long. Absolutely love it, people. I have it set up for left-hand carry. It's one of my left-hand carry knives. These three knives down here, right in my left-hand pocket. One of them will always be in my left-hand pocket every day. This one right here, oh yeah, that's my another titanium scale kit from Original Goat. This is the pineapple pattern scale kit. It's got a Saber flat ground spear point or drop point blade. Saber flat ground. This is called a slicer. It's a little bit thinner behind the edge. And it doesn't have a thumb stud. Absolutely love this one too. And this one was originally an Ultim knife with stainless steel liners. And it still has the stainless steel liners. These scales are basically like a cover that goes over the liners. And then you got a titanium backspacer also. Titanium pocket clip, skiffs inside. Absolutely love it. It brings the weight of this one up to like about 5.5 ounces, like 5.5 or 5.6 ounces if I remember right. So this is a heavy 80-20.5, but I love it. Me, myself, I like a little bit of weight in my pocket knife. Sometimes I want to carry a super lightweight knife. It depends on what I'm doing. But most of the time I like to have a knife with a little bit of weight. I don't know, I just like the way the weight feels in my hand. I'm not really attracted too much to knives that get below the 4-ounce weight limit. Even though I do have several, like this one. This one only weighs 3.2 ounces. But normally I like to have like 4 ounce to, I don't know, I would say 4 to 6 ounces are like my favorite weight range. But beautiful knife, people. All right, last but not least, oh yeah, it's Shark Cub time. Shark Cub time. This one has been right in my pocket every day since I've built this knife. Every day since I built this knife. Now these scales you can't really get, people. These are Original Goat fat carbon fiber purple haze scales. And the reason why I'm saying that you can't get them because Original Goat contacted me and told me that they don't want to make these scales because it's too hard to make them. They're going to make the ones that they have orders for them. It was a limited run, and they were thinking about, you know, making a regular production line of these. But, you know, people like me, you know, we bought all these. We bought into it in December or whatever last year, and these are just now coming through. And so only people are going to have these are the people that put in the order for them last year. And these scales are awesome. And these might be my favorite scales, people, because they're super thick. This is real carbon fiber. This is real fat carbon fiber, purple haze carbon fiber through and through. It's not that laminated stuff that's on G10 or anything like that. This is through and through real carbon fiber. Makes this knife. These are the fat carbon fiber scales. You don't see any pins up front. It's because it's the fat scales, and that's what I like. Oh man, this feels so good in hand, and it's super light. You put this in your pocket, you totally forget about this in the left-hand pocket. I absolutely love it for left-hand carry because my left-hand pocket carry knife, I do want to be kind of light because I'm carrying something else that's heavier in my right pocket. So I do appreciate the lightweight. Now, I don't need this to be a super long knife. I just need it to be a cutting tool. Because I use these knives for like when I go to the post office, or I'm cutting open my mail in public, or whenever I pull out a knife in public, it'll be my little knife. I won't pull out a big knife in public. It'll be a little knife like this. Something that doesn't scare the sheeple. You don't want to scare the sheeple because the sheep will call the police. Then you have to go through all that and stuff like that. So I think it's always good for, you know, us knife guys to have a little knife. You know, you want to have little knives too, people. Because these are the ones that you want to pull out in public if you have to use a knife in public. That's my advice. Of course, I live in California. You know, my state's full of sheeple. You know, I'm into it. It's full of sheeples. So, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Little words of wisdom. Absolutely love these. Beautiful knives, people. Beautiful knives. Absolutely love them. I like the fact that I can get these with a non-slotted blade. My favorite blades are non-slotted, people. I know I do have a lot of knives with slots in them or holes in them. Let me see. Well, there's one. I got 3 of them or 4 of them on my. But usually I like blades that aren't. That's the reason why it took me so long to get this one, because I wanted a non-slotted 80/20. I wasn't going to spend a bunch of money for something I didn't really want. I like non-slotted. I don't like having a big hole in my blade. I'm just kind of old school or old fashioned. You know, I am an older gent. I'm not a young whippersnapper. So, you know, in my time, we didn't have holes in blades. We had solid blades. And that's what I like. And I love thumb studs. Thumb studs work perfectly fine for me. I don't know, maybe it's because I've been always using them or something. I'm just used to them. But I like thumb studs too. And the thumb studs, to me, don't detract from the look of the blade or the look of the knife. But then again, you know, there's knives like this one with a big giant hole in the blade, but it also makes it fun to use because it's really easy to use that big giant hole. Because you don't have to be as precise and pay attention as much as to where the thumb stud is. Because, you know, you got a big old long area right here that you can grab onto. So, you know, that is an advantage. I can see why they put the holes in the blades. And then you don't have nothing in your cutting path either. So I can see the reasoning behind it, but I just think this would look nicer if it didn't have it and just had a thumb stud. What do y'all think? I don't know, that's just me, people. That's just me. I'm old-fashioned. I gotta admit, I'm kind of old-fashioned. But that's the way I like things. And that's the reason why I got these instead of the ones with the holes in the blade. Because I could have got the other ones that have more of this blade style, the slicer blade style. Now, I absolutely love the slicer blade style, but I like this better without the hole in the blade. And I love clip blades. I love clip blades too. I think the Demco clip blades are awesome. The other one I really like is the one that has, what do they call it? The harpoon. I like the harpoon clip blade that Demko's making for the 8020 series. That one's a really nice blade too. I like that and the Weld Shark blade. I really would like to get a MagnaCut, non-slotted MagnaCut Weld Shark one day. That'll be my next grill knife probably. But I got my main grill knife, the CPM 3V clip blade, non-slotted. I got it. I'm happy now. Because now I got one of each of my favorite kind of, because all my favorite Demkos are the Cub, the 8020.5, the 8020S. 8020S is probably the king of them all. If I only could have one, I would pick the 8020S over all of them. I would just pick the 8020S. That'd be my number one over all of these knives that you see in this drawer. All these knives, even over the triads. My favorite knife is this one. I absolutely love my 8020S. And it doesn't even have the most expensive steel or anything. I just love this knife. It just functions perfectly every time, and I've had it for a long time, and it's never failed me, and it always functions perfectly. There's no up and down, no side to side. It's never had it. And this knife has been opened and closed a billion times. And it's just a very solid knife. So if you're a fidgeter and you want a knife that's gonna, hold up with you and last a long time, I recommend the Shark Lock folders, people. To me, the Shark Lock folders are the best fidgeting knives, period. Bar none. There's nothing better than a Shark Lock to me if you want a fidgeting folder. Now, with that said, I still love all these others. I love the ball bearing lock. I love the ball bearing lock. I love the ram lock. I love them all, people. I love them all. But I do have my favorites. I love the compression lock. Compression lock. Compression lock. Absolutely love it. Can't beat it. I love the Atlas lock. Atlas lock. Let's see if I can get this one to work. There we go. Atlas lock. Let me get the manual Atlas lock. All right. Doesn't that make a nice sound? Almost sounds like a musical instrument. Beautiful. Atlas lock. And of course, the Triad. I love the Triad. I love the Triad. This is my original favorite. Love the Triad. Can't beat the Triad. And one of my favorites, the Tau War. But yes, this is my favorite knife. My D2, because the D2 Atlas lock knives, not Atlas lock, but Shark lock knives are the least expensive ones too, people. Often you can find good deals on these, let's say on like an eBay, on the secondary market, because they don't make these anymore. These are the original Shark lock folders, the D2 ones. And sometimes you can find them really kind of inexpensive on eBay, even ones that are in good condition, like around $300 or something like that. I highly recommend them. It's going to be a lot nicer than any other $300 knife you're going to get, even though it's used. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me, people. I like good quality knives. I don't like funky, cheap stuff. I like the real good stuff, the real deal stuff. That's what I like. And you can, like the person was asking me how come I don't do the Chinese knives, because I don't know. They come out with a different flavor every week, and it's all the same mechanism, but it's just to make the knife look different. And if you get into those, you can go crazy just having to get a different model every week. I think they do that on purpose just to be marketing them. I'd rather have somebody that's making the same model over a long period of time, and they just keep refining it and make it better. Like this knife. This is a nearly perfect knife. The handle, the grips, everything's nearly perfect. And I think it's cool to make these in all different kind of forms. Make them with carbon fiber handle skills. Make them with G10 handle skills. Make them with micarta. Make them with aluminum, titanium, brass, copper, the whole 9 yards. And, come out with different blade styles, different blade steels. That's what I would do with this one. make the handle slightly different so it just looks a little bit different, so it looks like you have a different model. But I basically just stick with this because this is a great knife. The only thing I wish that this knife is a little bit longer. I wish I had like the true 4-inch blade. But I don't want the knife to be wider like the XL model. This knife is wide enough. The grip on this is perfect. To me, this is a perfect grip. It fits my hand perfectly. Perfectly. And it's a perfect grip for a self-defense knife too, because the reverse grip is super comfortable. And you got all sorts of protection, where your hand's not going to slide up on this blade. And the shark lock blade is said to be as strong as a triad blade. Triad lock. The shark lock is said to be as strong as a triad lock. So I highly, highly recommend this knife, people. I'm not trying to push bullshit on y'all. I'm not trying to, tell you to, go out and buy junk. That's the reason why I don't get into all the different kind of knives that, they're sort of faddish. I'm gonna use the word faddish, and that they change the models all the time and stuff like that. I'm not into all that. I'd rather just have a good quality knife. And I like knives that they stay with the same thing for a while, because then you get aftermarket parts that are gonna be made for the knife, and you can modify it. I like to modify my knives, as y'all know, and change things on them. Whereas if you get one of those knives where they're always changing everything every few months, the aftermarket can't keep up with that, and you're not going to have aftermarket parts. So I don't know. I got several different reasons why I don't do that. And I must admit, the politics too. And, I don't really talk about politics and stuff, but when I stopped doing all the Chinese knives, when I found out that they were, giving Taiwan a hard time. I love the Taiwanese knives. A lot of the majority of my knives in my rotation drawer come from Taiwan. This is Taiwan. Oh no, this is Italy. Taiwan. United States. And these three are Taiwan. So the majority of my knives are made in Taiwan. And so, I don't know, people. It's all a matter of, what you like and what's acceptable to you as far as politics and different things that are going on around the world, and as to what you purchase and stuff like that. And me, myself, if somebody's not being friendly with the United States, I really don't want to purchase their products a whole lot. That's just me, people. That's just me. And I know everything's kind of crazy right now in the world, and everything else like that, and everybody's acting all crazy and stuff like that. But I hope it doesn't last forever, and I hope we get back to normal pretty soon. But anyway, absolutely love these knives, people. This is my rotation drawer. These are knives I carry every day to work. I use my knives. Somebody was telling me today this. They like the fact that I carry and use my knives. Yes, I do. I carry and use my knives. Now I do have other knives I don't carry and use. I just collect. But those aren't the knives I talk about a whole lot. I like to talk about things I actually use and that I got some experience with. Anyway, people, that's my rotation drawer. That's the update. Hope everybody's doing good. Peace out. Stiletto.